Hey there. A few weeks ago, I made a video about the Google Pixel Watch 3 versus the Google Pixel Watch 1. I was fortunate enough to get the 3 as a review unit. I'd been using the Pixel Watch 1 for a couple years, like since it came out, honestly. I upgraded to the Pixel Watch 2 and didn't think it was that much of an upgrade, so I ended up not using that and just going back to the 1. And I'll be honest, um, your eyes aren't fooling you. These are essentially identical. This is the 41 millimeter version. Besides the sensors on the back, the 3 is essentially the 1. And from what I remember, the sensors on the back of the 3 are identical to the ones on the 2. The 3 has a better screen. It's slightly bigger. The bezels are smaller. It has a little bit of a better battery life. It should. It's it's 2 years newer. This is 2 years old at this point. So yeah, those things should be the case. Um, is it worth the upgrade? I'm not sure, to be honest. I haven't felt it has been. I've been using the Pixel Watch 1 despite having the Watch 3 because it doesn't feel like that noticeable difference to me. Um, until very recently, and it's very, very strange because there was an update. And um, so I'm running Wear OS obviously on the Pixel Watch 1, and there was an update in July, and it went fine. It was decent. It was okay. Then there was an update in August, and it seemed like there was some impact on battery life. Like it seemed a little lower. Didn't seem terrible, but I was like, okay, that's a little strange, but I'll give it a few weeks. There's going to be another update because there always is, because that's the point of the Pixel. Um, apparently there was a September update that now shows up as the July update. My watch, I mean, you can see it says that this is on a July update. It's the end of October. It's October. I want to say, well, it's mid October. Not quite the end yet. That's insane. And there was a update around like I want to say late September, early October, and Google stopped it for Pixel Watch 1 and 2, like stopped the rollout because apparently it was breaking the devices and breaking them. I don't feel like it's improved though, and I wonder if that's deliberate on Google's part because they're so similar and so identical, and the incremental upgrades to the Watch 3 are, I don't think, that discernible from the Pixel Watch 1. And it seems a good way for Pixel to be like, hey, we want you to upgrade. Make sure you're on the latest software. We're not giving the latest software to you on these earlier devices because that's what this feels like, to be completely honest with you. I've heard people say that the battery life on the Watch 1 is atrocious. It's a lot worse now. But I used to be able to get probably a day and a half, almost 2 days out of a single charge. I don't use the always on display. I don't really use it for anything besides notification, um, fitness tracking, sleep tracking. I barely use those things though. Well, I mean, so I track every workout. It syncs really well to the Fitbit app. But like when I say I don't usually use those things, I think I've mentioned previously. Like I think no matter how many minutes I work out, like I know how many times a week I have to do so. I know I need to sleep more. A watch telling me how I slept is not going to make me sleep more. Like it's more of a routine thing. It does help the routine, and I think Fitbit does a great job of that. I will also say that when I use the Watch 3, and I haven't used it in a couple of weeks, um, there's a animation when you hit your daily goal, and it's noticeably slow. Basically, mine's active minutes, and when I hit my active minutes, there's like a confetti thing, and it's like, "Hey, you did this!" Woo! And but it like stops the watch for a second, and then it goes through its animation, and it shows up with um, another icon. The icon like evolves essentially, and then you can use the crown to scroll down and clear it. It takes a good several seconds to do so. It's pretty crazy. Um, it also takes a good several seconds to do it on the 1, but like it's still several seconds. It's crazy how long that takes. But I feel like Google's basically saying like we want the latest and greatest on the latest and greatest hardware. So make sure you upgrade. And I don't think that's right. Like, this is a really good watch. The Pixel One is still terrific. It's still got great hardware. It still functions well. Like I said, I charge it almost every day. I used to be able to get a day and a half, and um, that would still be almost every day. But like I said, it suited my purpose as well. And now it's starting not to, and I don't know why. And I'd really like to see an update to it soon. So Google, I don't know what the hell you're doing, but like get on that. Like, please get your engineers to prioritize it, because this is a great watch, but so is this. And I don't know that this is that much better than this to warrant it, unless it's being deliberately handled to be so. And that seems like a real problem. I feel like Apple did that with one of their phones, that like um, one of the upgrades noticeably throttled battery life. And I'm not saying Google's throttling anything. I think this is more um, neglect, to be honest with you. I feel like, and their new hardware looks terrific. Don't get me wrong. I use the Google Pixel Fold, the Pro, the 9 Pro Fold, whatever it is, looks terrific. The Pro XL, all of the everything's looking really good. I just wish they would get on the ball and make sure that the promised upgrades to the Pixel line were implemented and delivered, because that is the promise of the Pixel line, that when you commit to Google hardware and Google software, you're committing to pure experience, a clean experience, uh, regular security updates, regular software updates, and feature updates. And Google, in turn, is committing to fulfilling that. And I don't feel like they are right now. So that's something to think about when you're looking at the Pixel Watch 3 um, and an upgrade from this. I'm being stubborn, because I generally am, but I'd love to see the upgrade for the Pixel Watch.